Hey everybody, it's so good here with Grand Campaigns. Today we're going to be going over to the Footsteps of the Fremen. This is going to be the lesson 1, 2, and 3 for the Ecology lesson. So you pretty much got this console here in the middle. Lesson 1, 2, and 3, which is a very brief description
find
from
the
this
dunes using grass.
hologram.
Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face. Finally, introduce burrowing animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize the language of the ecological transformation. Remember your lessons, and the door to the future will open.
Alright, so the first one he said...
To begin, find the dunes using grass. Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face. Finally, introduce burrowing animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize the language of the ecological transformation. Remember your lessons, and the door to the future will open.
Okay, so the first one is going to be bind. Dunes. Dunes, okay. Dunes, and the last one's grass.
Very good.
Okay. Alright, second one was...
To begin, bind the dunes using grass. Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face. Finally, introduce burrowing animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize the language of the ecological transformation. Remember your lessons, and the door to the future will open.
Shelter, downward grass, downward grass, right? That's what it said.
To begin, bind the dunes using grass. Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face.
Yep.
Finally, introduce burrowing animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize the language of the ecological transformation. Remember your lessons, and the door to the future will open.
Okay. And then... shelter. Okay. Right, and then downward grass, which is nope.
Brilliant.
There we go. Alright. And then the third one was...
To begin, bind the dunes using grass. Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face. Finally, introduce burrowing animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize the language of the ecological transformation. Remember your lessons, and the door to the future will open.
Which is this one. Sand. Okay, so soil, sand. Alright, so we go animal, which is actually the second symbol right now. Alright, second was aerate, right? Which is the third one right now. Okay, and then the third one was, where did I see it at? Up there. Sand. That's right, sand. Here we go. So with this, actually technically you could just scroll through the last one until it pops, I guess.
You share the knowledge of a Fremen pre-adolescent.
Alright. A little confusing at first, but we got it. You just gotta listen.
Good work. This must be the way.
Alright, let's finish exploring.
Now we come to the private living areas of the Siege proper. In a Siege community, the leader was known as the Nine, and the various Knives were often jealous of each other and liked to measure their relative influence by the number of hearths they commanded within their Siege. Siege Talab is a smaller Siege, hosting roughly 500 hearths. Siege Tabor, by comparison, the community Pardo Kynes lived within, was said to host well over 2,000. That's the Masquerade. I was hoping it would take them longer to arrive in force. We'd better hurry up and be done with our business here. This must be the Cavern of Council, the cultural and political heart of any Siege community. It's here that Siege dwellers would gather to hear a traveling crier regale the community with news from beyond. And up there, upon that great terrace extending over the room, is the reason we're here today.
Alright, let's go up top and see what's happening.
A death still.
Sector weather
Place
alert.
all
A
Fremen
large
and the
sandstorm is
death,
approaching.
so they may return their water to the tribe. That script upon the platform reads, "The water of the tribe shall reveal the path." And I believe the path in question is related to the secret that's brought us both here. And while you are clearly no Fremen, you were able to pass their biometric locks without tampering or delay. Whatever lies beyond here, I believe your blood is the key.
Alright, so we have to realign. Activate the ancient destiny. Okay, so rotate outer ring, middle ring, inner ring. So obviously, oh, what's the point of
Sector
that?
weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Okay. Okay, so oh wait, I get it. Damn it.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Maybe I don't get it. So that's not right. Son of a gun. Because if you move the inner, what's this? Okay.
Very good.
Oh, there we go. What's that mean? No. So that's a little confusing. Not sure what just happened there. I mean, I see the blood flowing, but a little lag. So let's go to the empty chamber. Nope.
Greetings, and Sabakukwa. If you are watching this, I am likely dead or captured. I came to Siege Talab in the same condition you find it now. Abandoned and despoiled. I must have triggered some kind of hidden alarm, because the Sardaukar were at my heels before long. They found me. I haven't long. So listen well. I was brought to this planet, like you and many others, with one overriding directive: find the Fremen. But when I finally came face to face with my quarry, I did not find the villains as described by the Communinet or the Emperor. Instead, I found a noble people being drawn into a conspiracy not of their making. A conspiracy extending from the very heart of the Imperium to the dark corridors of Nina. I have to go. They don't know where I am right now, but I can't risk them finding what I leave for you. I wish there was more time. I have much to tell you, but your mere presence in this secret chamber indicates that the ones who sent us will not stop until they achieve their aims. I have hidden the details of my journey on a mimetic film locked within the safe on the wall. As with the security door and the death still, our blood is the key. And now, I lead the Sardaukar as far from here as I may. Ma salam.
Tricky Fremen. I believe more than half the technology in this room violates the first 11 Butlerian prescriptions. Probably more. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of a human mind. And while the Fremen are ingenious, this technology far exceeds their reach. Who are you really? This film is encrypted with a kind of protection I've only encountered in the restricted section at the Nemesine Library on Artesia. I believe that encryption was of Ixian origin. That's not good. We need an Ixian decoder to access whatever is on this, and I have access to the resources of a great house. Don't be concerned. I'll reach out when I have more information. If we Atreides are known for anything, it's our stiff-necked honor. Besides, as a mystery, you rank right up there with this film. Parting with people is a sadness. A place is only a place.
It's pretty cool. Right out the worm's mouth. Why didn't we just do that?
The Masquerette. I'm going to try to draw them off. I'll make contact when I have the film decrypted.
Infidels! The lightning worm cannot be deceived! You will pay for your desecration in blood! After them! Do not let them escape!
damn, if I would have known it was just a single tap, I would have been doing that from the beginning. Whoa.
Let's get the bastard!
As you say, I assume that's not the way out. I mean, I take it I follow her. Do I turn right? Turn left? Oh, can't go that way. Is it down? Well, oops. Well, hell. Oop, that's not good. Oh, you kidding me? Ooh, got a pistol. What we get? What we get? Okay. Alright guys, so that right there was for the ecology puzzle. Gonna be coming up with a couple more videos here shortly, but right now we're gonna continue on. I think that right now you just have to go back to the base and then it'll talk and then takes you on to the next mission. So again, thanks for watching. Grand Campaigns is so good. See you next time.